and seconds. Any discussion on the adoption of the agenda? Hearing and seeing none, I will call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. The next item we have on the agenda is the adoption of our minutes from the last meeting, which was on February the 25th. And if I can have a resolution for that, please.
Resolved, the minutes of February 25th, 2025 regular meeting of council be adopted as presented.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Spicer. Second, please. Councillor Strang. Any amendments to the minutes? Errors, omissions? Not seeing anything, so I will call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. And we will move on to number 5 on the agenda, which is communications for action. The first item we have is the Association of Manitoba Municipalities, and there is a seminar on April the 14th, I believe it is.
That's right, Madam Mayor. It's a seminar on dealing with conflict and teamwork and conflict resolutions for council. So it's a recommended seminar for council members. It's up to council members to choose if they would like to take advantage of this workshop at this point. Personally, I don't see that level of conflict occurring with this council. I'm not sure if council members are interested in taking advantage of this course or not.
Well, I did look at it, but unfortunately, we have our mayors, reeves, and CAOs meeting that morning, so we won't be able to attend this one. So I'm not sure what the resolution says. Are there any other questions on this seminar?
So, well, if anyone has indicated that they're interested, so we'll receive it as information.
Okay, thank you. And the next item we have is the Manitoba Good Roads Banquet and Awards presentation, and that is on April the 15th, I believe.
Yes, Madam Mayor, and this conference is, or this dinner is usually for the awards, and as you know, that you're the chair and required to attend the dinner as well. Any other members of council can attend. We know that we had several applicants, and this year we don't have any specific winners from the RM, any of those as we've had in the past. So it is the day before the conference starts.
Yes, it is on the 14th, Monday the 14th.
Yes. So it's dinner's at 6, and obviously you're all aware of the dinner and awards. I'm not sure which council members want to attend this.
Well, and just for everyone's information, that same day, the mayors and reeves meetings are going on during the day. Then the Manitoba Good Roads has their annual general meeting at 3 o'clock. So if anybody is interested in that, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we go into the banquet and the awards presentations. And I did get an email yesterday, and it appears that there will be some representation from the province. The Minister of Highways is supposed to be there, also the Deputy Minister and the Director of Ministerial Affairs are supposed to be there. So it looks like they've taken a bit of an interest into the good roads and the process that we use for looking at all the roads and buildings and yards in the municipalities right across the province to hand out some awards.
So if I could, Madam Mayor,
Sure, go right ahead.
the only other comment I would make is with the Minister of Highways attending there for Manitoba infrastructure, I think there's an advantage to that. So as you know, at these good roads and AMM conventions is to be able to have some conversations with them about some of the issues facing the RM. So if some members of council are interested, because we have made specific requests related with Colville Road, related with Highway 44, related with Henderson Highway, as to specific things that RM has requested through letter to the minister. This might be an opportunity to bring those up in a much more relaxed setting.
Thank you for that. Go ahead, Councillor Strang, and then Councillor Spicer.
Madam Mayor, you said the meeting was at 3 o'clock. Where is it at?
It is right at the Victoria, the Delta, sorry. It's right in the Delta. It's okay, thank you. I'm not in Brandon anymore. Go ahead, Councillor Spicer.
Just to add on to what our CAO said, we've made those requests, and as far as I can figure out, it's not in their 5-year plan. The only thing that we found was the Blue Bridge,
Correct.
so it probably is a good idea to bring those concerns up with the minister. Thank you.
Just
Go ahead.
so it's clear what Councillor Spicer's talking about, this is the roundabout at 44 and Henderson Highway. I was specifically speaking also to the speed reductions on Highway 44
Yes.
and Henderson Highway that we also requested.
Okay, anybody else have anything? We have a resolution.
So have we got a list of anyone interested in going to the Good Roads dinner? Okay, Councillor Strang. So resolve Mayor Feeblecorn and Councillor Strang be authorized to attend the Manitoba Good Roads Association banquet and awards presentation of the Delta. Should we also, Councillor Pastorowicz is not here.
I'm not sure when he's back.
He's back March 26th.
Okay, so, yeah. I'll allow him.
Okay, so Mayor Feeblecorn, Councillor Strang, Councillor Pastorowicz be authorized to attend the Manitoba Good Roads Association banquet and awards presentation of the Delta Hotel, Winnipeg, Manitoba on April 14th, 2025.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Sutherland, Councillor Spicer seconds. Just for anybody else who didn't put their hand up today, if you change your mind and decide to go, just let Heather know, because there is still quite a bit of time. So with that, if there are no further questions, I will call the question. All those in favor, opposed, and that is carried. The next item we have on the agenda is 5.3, Association of Manitoba Municipalities, the 2025 Women in Municipal Government Luncheon. And that is, I believe it's through the conference.
Yes, on April 16th at 11:45 a.m. So in the middle of the conference, it is there, and so usually the women representatives of council usually attend. So we'll pass a resolution for the two representatives.
Well, I think at the last one, were there not some gentlemen there also? Yeah. Yeah, there were some gentlemen at the last one, yeah. It wasn't just the women, so I don't know if they're going to. I think it might depend perhaps on how many replies they get. They might want to fill up the room if they're paying for the room and everything else, so I don't know how it's going to work this year.
So I don't recall there's an extra cost for this.
No,
No, there
It's
isn't.
included in your registration.
Yeah.
So why don't I just pass why don't I recommend a resolution of mayor and council?
Sure.
So resolve Mayor Feeblecorn and council be authorized to attend the Association of Manitoba Municipalities 2025 Women in Municipal Government Lunch at the RBC Convention Center in Winnipeg, Manitoba, April 16, 2025.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Belanger, Councillor Strang seconds. All those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Now, I know that Rita would like a few minutes for the students, so we'll do a couple more and then I'll open it up to see if the students have any questions.
Sure, we got time.
Okay, 6.1, the tax sale, and I believe that is to choose the date for our annual tax sale.
Yes, Madam Mayor, every year annually we identify the date of the tax sale so that any arrears, outstanding taxes prior to that date are identified to go into tax sale if the taxes have not been paid. And so this year we will be moving to 2024, meaning that properties outstanding from 2023 and prior will be considered going into tax sale if the taxes are not collected or the individuals have not made arrangements to pay the taxes in a payment plan. So I have a resolution I can read on this. If you'd like that,
Go ahead.
it's a long resolution. As it's a
Go
very
ahead.
technical situation. So whereas section 3652 of the Municipal Act provides that council may in any year designate the immediately preceding year or any earlier year as a year for which properties, the taxes in respect of which are in arrears for the year must be offered for sale by auction to recover the tax arrears and costs. Be it resolved that the designated year for which properties in arrears be offered for sale by auction be 2024, meaning all properties outstanding from the year 2023 or prior. And whereas, in accordance with section 3631 of the Municipal Act, costs shall be actual costs incurred by the municipality for each parcel listed for the tax sale, plus an administrative fee of $50 per roll as set forth in the Manitoba Regulation 50-97. And be it further resolved that the date for the 2025 tax sale has been set for November 13, 2025, for the public auction to commence at 2 p.m. And whereas pursuant to section 372 of the Municipal Act, the municipality may set a reserve bid in the amount of the tax arrears and costs in respect of the property. And be it further resolved that the Rural Municipality of St. Clements place a reserve bid on all properties in the amount of all arrears and costs in respect to each property.
Okay, can I have a mover, please? Councillor Spicer, second, please. Councillor Sutherland. Any further questions or discussions on our tax sale resolution? Hearing and seeing none, I will call the question. All those in favor, opposed, and that is carried. Okay, we'll do a couple more. AMM, June District Elections and Resolution Process. And that's the Association of Manitoba Municipalities.
Correct, and so what they're looking for is members advisory. The elections and the resolution process for will be held in June, and they're calling for nominations for directors during the June district meeting.
And I believe if you want to run for that position, you need a resolution from council, do you not, or does that change?
Yes, the submission requirements are resolution from council, signed certified copy of the policy from the AMM policy analyst, and submitting of a PDF form which will submit the plan in plain text and resolution itself. So basically a resolution.
Okay, go ahead, Councillor Spicer.
I have a suggestion for a resolution, and we could have administration comment and or prepare one. With this announcement of a new power plant being built in the province, and we have one within our municipal boundaries that can be retrofitted, should we not be asking for AMM to support our position of using the existing one and retrofitting it?
Very good point, Councillor. We will be having a much more detailed discussion about this due to negotiations with provincial government. And we do have a resolution. This was discussed last night at the City of Selkirk's council, and they did pass the similar resolution. The CAOs in the three municipalities, St. Andrews, Selkirk, and St. Clements, have been in discussions, and the resolution is to recommend passing. We have a resolution that's been prepared, and the recommendation is to send a letter to the Premier and the two ministers of Minister of Finance and the Minister of Municipal Relations regarding this fact, with a copy to AMM.
Anybody else? Go ahead, Scott.
I'm just suggesting this, if you can talk to your counterparts about it, because ultimately, everyone in Manitoba will be paying that bill.
Correct.
So it affects the province.
Yes.
So if we, it might be a good idea to have not only doing what you're doing, but also have the AMM in support.
Very good point. I could have it, once council passes the resolution to direct the administration and send a letter to the Premier, then the CAOs, the administration, can work towards preparing resolutions for council for the AMM June district meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, so regarding the, if you would like to put your name forward for a district director, all the information is there, so there's really nothing that we have to do with it right at this point in time. If anybody is looking to throw their hat in, if we can bring it back to the next meeting and advise our administration that you are interested in running for that position. So, the next item is the roadside mowing tender.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And so this is the tender. As you know, last year we went out and we only did a one-year contract rather than 3-year like we've done in the past, and that was to determine the roadside mowing because there were some concerns that council had with the previous tender, and we wanted to make sure that any tender we issued that they were able to meet our requirements. Our public works director has found that the service has been excellent to what we were able to receive compared to previous years, as well as they've been in negotiations with them, and they're recommending to continue on this year with the same supplier or the same contractor of Dennis Friesen. And what they've done is provided a slight increase from last year's, but that price is still below all the other tenders that were received last year. And so we feel that it's adequate information to do a direct source to this particular vendor for this contract for this year. And there is still the option of doing the additional cut that council had requested. So if there's a need for additional cut, the contractor has agreed to provide us a quote depending on the type of cut. If we say a full cut, then we know what the price is. If we're basing it on just piecemeal, saying that we only want like East Selkirk and maybe the settlement areas done, that like Gull Lake, East Selkirk, South St. Clements, then there would be a different price, and then we would negotiate with the vendor, the contractor at that time.
Questions? Go ahead, Councillor Sutherland.
I think I was reading, this was page 2, but Kevin mentioned we'd be renting a tractor, we're doing some of our own, right?
Correct. We'll continue to do that with our summer help.
Okay, so I was thinking we could use that to do the villages or the populated areas, but that's
Correct.
another discussion, but that's
Correct, that's the
instead of paying
intent.
this guy.
Yes, that's the intent. The question that comes up is that in the past, this is all weather driven. Sometimes we may get more rain than
Yeah.
anticipated, and because of that, the growing season is, you know, having the 2 cuts, one in the spring and one in the fall, you may need to throw one in the summer.
Yeah.
Due to heavy rains or lots of sun and rain with the right combination.
Yeah, but I just think we, at some point in time, we should be talking about the tractor we are renting, that one of the, or a couple of the areas, they should be doing that cut in between of the,
Correct.
say along Rebec, you know, there should be,
Yeah.
one of the
So they're doing-
stipulations that, for Kevin, that whoever's done that more, that should be done.
Yes. And good timing, Kevin. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to respond to your text message. Come on
Come
up.
on in.
And so Kevin's here to speak to that. We're talking about we just opened up the roadside mowing contract.
Okay.
And so Councillor Sutherland has brought up a question. So this is Kevin Grabowski. He is our Director of Public Works.
Hello.
So all our public works, road clearing, everything, including all our utilities, water, wastewater, landfill, everything reports through him.
Okay, anything else on the roadside mowing?
Well, Councillor Sutherland's question I haven't answered yet.
Okay, so go
So,
ahead.
so Councillor Sutherland, do you want to ask it or you want me to paraphrase?
Doesn't matter. Well, I just wanted, you mentioned we're gonna be renting another tractor to do some of the cutting on our own, so.
Yeah.
You know, just say the village and along the populated areas, and we can commit that tractor to getting those little jobs done, other than whatever else you have for it.
Yeah.
Instead of our contractor doing you know, the
Yeah,
village.
for the middle cut essentially, right? Like your first cut and the fall cut.
Yep.
We wanted to do, yeah, the villages or more populated areas, kind of in the middle of the summer. We could
Yes.
commit that tractor, with renting a tractor all season, we can commit to doing that second cut ourselves.
Thank you, that was my
And so-
question.
Just for clarification also, we're utilizing that tractor to cut deeper into the ditches ourselves as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I read that too.
Yeah, and we also use it for the mulching and all that stuff too.
Yes, I just wanted to, you know, make sure that it was committed to doing the populated areas during the summer, even after the, that's all.
Yep.
Thank you.
We'll do this and then we'll see if the students want to.
Sure. So, roadside mowing contract, so be it resolved that council accept the recommendations of the Director of Public Works, authorizing the CAO to enter into agreement with Dennis Friesen to complete the 2025 roadside mowing program as per quoted price of $60 per lineal mile plus applicable GST.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Spicer, second, Councillor Strang. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I will call the question. All those in favor, opposed, and that is carried. I'm just going to pause for a second here. How are you for time, Rita? Just about.
We're good, I think the bus is gonna pull in here in about 5 minutes.
In about 5, okay,
Yeah.
so we'll do the one more and then I'll open it up if there are any questions from the
Sure.
students. Okay, semi-truck purchase.
So, this is moving forward with, we had identified that a new semi-truck would be purchased that Public Works uses for the various services that they provide, and the semi-truck was to be purchased as a new semi-truck, but based on the requirements and the need to fix the previous semi-truck that we had put it up for auction and were able to sell it because the cost for repairs were pretty extensive at that time. And so Public Works has decided to take the new semi-truck purchase out and go with a used semi-truck and move it up to this year's budget process. It's anticipated that the sales that we receive from our auctioning is more than enough dollars to be adequately cover these costs. But again, we'll have that discussion in more detail at the budget process. Right now, what we're looking for is an authority to be able to move forward. Kip, what else would you like to add?
Yeah, so basically we're looking for used semi. Typically it's used for our dust control and backup for our low bed and stuff like that. So there's a few things that we want to make sure we get with the truck. So, you know, short wheelbase, day cab, stuff like that, so we can get into tight areas. But all I'm asking for is up to $70,000 to purchase a used truck. Our basically staff are gonna go look for the trucks, see which one is the nicest, test drive them, etc. We're gonna try to find the best deal that we can. So I'm not gonna say we're gonna spend all 70, but we'll shop around and try and find the best deal and what would be best fitted for us, and hopefully not have to do a lot of repairs or upgrades or anything too. So that's that's all. That's good.
So the intent is we'll report back as to what we've purchased, but the issue is that we need to be able to get council's authority to begin the negotiations and purchase that, because in the past, what's happened is that the timing of council meetings and the purchasing sometimes don't align, and we've lost ability to purchase a used vehicle.
Go ahead, Councillor Spicer.
Not directing Public Works to do anything, but there is a company in East St. Paul that does use trucks. I'm just bringing it up because in my past life, we purchased from them and we were really happy with. It's right beside the soccer dome
Okay. You said in West St. Paul or East St. Paul?
there, East St. Paul.
Anybody else? Any
I was just gonna ask, are you going to a dealership or are you going to go to an auction? Because I know there's lots going into receivership right now too, that with some of the auctions, that you can get good prices, but it doesn't take long for the price to get up there too.
Right. So what I'm really gonna look at and focus is, all the used dealerships. So anything that's sitting on a lot, this isn't gonna be a private sale, because I know that's kind of a thing, but no, we're just gonna look all over basically Winnipeg and region, so we have to drive a little bit towards, say, even Brandon, or anywhere kind of in that range to look at a vehicle or Winkler or something like that. I know it has lots of semis too, so yeah. So the plan is to, again, shop around.
I just got
Go ahead.
just it's kind of pertains to, have we talked about a belly down?
I have that, I'm bringing that forward in the budget.
That's a budget process.
Right, so we'd want a wet kill in that truck.
Right.
Okay, good.
So yeah, there's like a couple specs on there. Yeah, day cab, so short wheel bed, base, wet kit, yeah, and a J grade as well. So those are kind of our base, what we're looking for.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll read the resolution, Madam Mayor, if there's no
Please.
further questions. Be it resolved, council accept the recommendation of Director of Public Works authorizing CAO to purchase a used semi-truck for up to $70,000 plus applicable taxes.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Sutherland, second Councillor Boulanger. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, opposed, and that is carried. Okay, and I'm just going to pause. I know that Rita's probably running out of time, but if any of the students have any questions, now would be the time to raise your hand, and we'll see if we can answer them for you. Or Rita, if you have anything
Yeah,
that
you guys
you'd
have any
like to
questions?
share?
No? Okay, early on you talked about Highway 44 and Henderson Roundabout. What's the speed limit there currently? And has there been issues there in the past?
The issues and the requests have been that the letter that went from the RM to the province was to reduce the speed at entering into, to reduce the speed before the bridge.
Okay, that's the
Over the
Floodwood Bridge
flyway.
going into Lockport.
Exactly. And inside Lockport itself, the speed limit is 50.
Right,
It's 90 going up to the bridge,
that's
just
right.
before
That's what
you,
it is, yeah.
and just after that. So the hope is to reduce that all the way up to,
Where you enter the exits and whatnot?
well, we're looking to reduce the 90 kilometers an hour speed limit to a lower amount, somewhere around 70, up to the industrial park.
Okay.
Because there's vehicles coming in and out of the industrial park,
Right.
so there's been lots
It
of
is tricky there
complaints.
sometimes, pulling into Canvasback, I go there to get food for my doggy.
Exactly, and so
Yeah.
there's been some concerns about that, we've raised it, and since it's a provincial highway, the province has to authorize it, and it's part of our request.
Right, cool.
And so on top of that, the province has also made a commitment for doing a roundabout at Henderson and 44. They went through an entire public dialogue, they've been discussing it with the landowners, and they're going to do a complete construction on that. Originally, they told us it was in the next 5 years, but in the latest budget, as Councillor Spicer, in the latest report from them, we don't see the roundabout listed in there, and so we need to request to see what's
Because I
going on.
think you said the focus was on the Blue Bridge now?
The Blue Bridge is in there, but
Yeah.
No date? Is there a date for the Blue Bridge in the new book?
2000, isn't it this year?
26, I think.
is to do the design work.
Yes.
The design work, yeah. Go ahead, Councillor Spicer.
And just to answer part of your question, I don't think it's necessarily the roundabout is for accident. It's more about traffic flow is what they're concerned about. Because there are times of the day that the flow just doesn't, like there's people sitting there waiting to get up, to move around in,
And it's also to put some sidewalks into the area so that there's active transportation connectivity.
Cool.
Go ahead.
One more thing, I've got some kids in this class whose ears probably perked up when you talked about purchasing a semi-trailer, a used semi-trailer. I've got some guys who are interested in vehicles. So you're looking at a budget of about $70,000 for a used semi. What is a new one? What is a new one coming at?
Yeah, it all depends on what model and range of spec you're looking at,
Yeah.
but they could be in the range of 200 to 250,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, well, go with the used one.
Good.
And they would love to test drive that. so.
I'm sure some of them would.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just one last thing, just for
There's
my
one,
students.
one of the students has a question, Rita. Go ahead.
On that to the topic too, do know of a used truck dealership kind of by the Sunnyside area of Winnipeg there. Kind of by there, I think it's called Aspen Truck Sales or something like that. They got a couple, or they got a variety of everything there, or different trucks and stuff there.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Anything else, Rita?
Just so that, for my students, so that they know, we're discussing their tax sale auction. So someday you might become a property owner, pay your taxes, because what they're talking about here is you have property taxes you have to pay if you own land, if you own a piece of property. If you don't pay it, they take your land and they auction it off, correct?
If you don't pay for, usually 3 years.
3 years?
Like
Yeah.
if you're in arrear up to the third year.
Yeah.
So this is why 2023, because you'll have 2025, 24, and 23 outstanding.
Right.
Don't they also take stuff that's on the land as well?
I'm not sure what the auction sales would be like,
It's only the land.
the property.
Just the land?
Well, thank you for having
Well, the
us.
house would be included in the land.
Yeah,
Yeah, land,
Anything attached.
whatever's there if it's sold,
right,
whatever is there.
okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right, we better catch a bus. Thank
Where
you
off
very
to?
much.
Where are you off to?
We're gonna go to Tim Hortons,
Of course.
and then we're going to the RCMP building in
Oh, nice.
town for a tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got one more visit with you folks next month.
Thanks for having us.
You're quite welcome, yes.
Yeah, the bus should be right there.
Yeah, like I said, if you want to look at anything, it's all online, so.
I got a
I
couple
appreciate you
meetings
guys.
I've got a couple students away today, so.
Rita?
Yeah.
Heather says she'll mail you a copy of the agenda.
Oh, thank you. I took some notes in
It's
case
not
I have
printing
questions.
this
Yeah,
morning, so I don't know why.
that's fine, it's all good.
Okay. have a
I don't
good
know
day.
if you know, but I'm retiring in
I
June.
kind of thought that this was the year that you were going to
Yeah.
step away.
Yeah, so I got one more council meeting to visit you, with you guys next
Are
month.
you looking for volunteer opportunities? Because we have some volunteer opportunities.
I think they're gonna keep me pretty busy, inviting me back to sub and do workshops with kids and stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause I teach the art program over there. Yeah, I'll be busy enough.
Enjoy your
What's
retirement.
this?
I don't know.
Oh, one of my boys?
Yep.
Okay, has to be a boy, because they're sitting on this side.
Okay, we're gonna skip over the next part because that is the hearing. So we're going to bounce down to number 8. Kevin, did you have anything else you wanted to chat to council about?
No, just wanted to let you guys know, our excavator was vandalized on Road 84 doing some snow clearing, so. It smashed all the windows out of it and ripped the mirrors off and did some other small damage to it, but yeah, we have no evidence, nothing. Looks like they just took a crowbar to it, so.
One of the excavators?
Yeah, yeah, it smashed every window out of it, so.
When would it have happened, you figure?
It happened Wednesday night, last week. So, made a police report, police are like, yeah, if you have any evidence, great, but other than that, there's not much we can do. So,
Go ahead, Councillor Boulanger.
Would it be worthwhile, just as a spitball, whatever, like just a chance, was there any residences nearby?
No, it was like parked on a field access kind of out in Bloomies. We never contacted residents, but we never heard anything back, so.
Okay. I just thought if there was a resident nearby that, Fred might say, geez, yeah, at midnight I heard somebody go by, it just might,
Or know some,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
whoever hanging around.
No, we did do the report, so.
We've done the report, I'm sure the RCMP will investigate to some extent.
Go ahead, Councillor Spicer.
Our insurance should cover that, correct?
Yeah, we sent all the info to Heather, going through the insurance. It's probably about 10 grand worth of damage, so.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you want to share, or you're back later,
No, I think I'm done for the rest of it. That's pretty much it for me.
or? Okay, thank you so
We'll
much.
see a lot of Kevin next week.
Yes, next week is his turn. Go ahead,
One last
Councilor.
comment, and I'm just thinking like, I mean, after this happened, we haven't had it happen before, maybe something minor, but would it be a note that we don't leave it out anymore? I don't know.
I don't know, I guess it depends what kind of a job they're working on, you know,
Or
and
put it in a safe
depending where
area.
they are. Or maybe putting it in someone's yard rather than on a field or
Yeah.
something. I don't know, that's something maybe that Public Works can have a look at.
Call it
depending
to
on
the
where
nearest
they're
farmyard and
working.
say, hey, can we leave it here for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a
Make
thought.
it just a little more effort for them and maybe they won't do it, right?
Yeah, we tried, but I mean, we even had it once where it was far down a drain where no one could really get to. And, like Caterpillar, for example, has the same key. Someone went in with a key and just decided to open everything up. They didn't steal anything, but they did it 2 nights in a row, so. I don't know, like, if they wanna do it, they'll,
Yeah.
they'll just do it, right? But
Yeah,
It's happened in the years,
When you're leaving
years
it at
ago, it's
night.
happened to us more than once. Same
We're
thing.
near it.
Yeah, I was gonna say put a bush camera on
yeah, we
it.
do
When you're
have-
leaving something at night, like an equipment piece
Yeah,
and set it up.
we do have 2, and we were actually just talking about that this morning, is seeing if we could somehow attach it to the equipment and maybe
Yeah.
catch something, but half the time people are wearing hoodies and out there, they might not think that there's cameras around, but they know there's cameras around.
Mhm.
You never see who they are anyways. But it's unfortunate.
okay,
Thanks, Kev.
thanks
Yeah,
Kevin, have a
thanks,
good
everyone.
day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move down to number 8 on our agendas, which is the accounts and the financial statement. Our hearing is scheduled for 10:30, so we do have a little bit of time, so we'll move down to the finances. So 8.1, the closed list of accounts, please.
Resolve council approve the March 11th, 2025 list of accounts, check numbers 25000218 to 25000279 in the amount of $468,067.75 for payment.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Spicer, second. Councillor Sutherland. Any questions or comments? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, opposed, and that is carried. Okay, so we have some grants, a couple anyways. Gaynor Family Regional Library.
Yes, Madam Mayor, this is our annual quarterly payment to the first installment as part of our operating grant that we provide to the Gaynor Family Library. And that first installment is for $57,486.75. This is consistent with previous years and is also consistent with the new lease agreement that we had arranged with the library.
Okay, go ahead, Councillor Spicer.
So this does include the rental?
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, if you want to bring the resolution forward, please.
Resolve council to approve the payment of $57,486.75 to Gaynor Family Regional Library as first installment of the 2025 annual operating grant.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Spicer, second, please. Councillor Strang. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, opposed, and that is carried. And 8.2.2, Gordon Howard Center.
So this is our normally a yearly request. Last year there wasn't a request from the Gordon Howard Center, but this year we're going back to similar to what we did give them in 2023, which is a request for $2,500. And the funding is as part of our recreation service provider grant. They utilize the $2,500 to provide their recreation services for individuals that may have trouble paying for the full fees, and the municipality is always provided funding to support that.
Okay, any questions or comments? Oh, go ahead, Councillor Spicer.
I know you just said that we did not give them any money last year, but if you go to their statement of revenue and expense, it says that we did. Now, it says 2023, 2024, so maybe it's just because their year end is,
Might be
Different?
because their year end is different than ours.
okay,
Okay,
thanks.
anything else? If you want to bring the resolution forward, please.
Resolve council approve the following 2025 requested grant, Gordon Howard Center 2025 for $2,500.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Belanger, second. Councillor Spicer, any discussion? Hearing and seeing none, call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Okay, that takes us to number 9 on our agendas, which is the bylaws. And there is one bylaw that we're going to be looking at today.
Yes, Madam Mayor, this is a bylaw relating to, we're looking at repealing and updating of bylaw related to fees chargeable for requests for tax certificates. And so our bylaw hasn't been updated for a considerable amount of time. And right now, we charge a fee of $25 per roll. And as you can see, when we took a look at the various municipalities, consistently between anywhere from $35 to $50 is what's being charged. And to be consistent with the municipalities around us, we decided to recommend for $50 since these fees have been updated for a considerable amount of time. And if you take a look at, we've also identified how many tax certificates we've issued. And as you can see, they have steadily increased. And now they've decreased a little bit, but I think that had to deal with the number of property sales that are occurring.
Okay, any questions or comments?
No,
You're good.
it's just quite a drop off since 2022, right? Like we're
Yes,
down 500.
yeah, that's the post-COVID purchasing that was occurring.
Right. Okay, any other questions? Go ahead, Deepak, you may as well bring the resolution forward to, what are we gonna do? We're gonna
The first.
repeal the bylaw, the old bylaw first?
Correct.
Okay.
It's in the bylaw to repeal it.
It's, yeah, so
Oh,
it's
okay.
repealing and giving first reading to the bylaw itself.
Okay,
So resolve bylaw 2 of 2025 being a bylaw to repeal bylaw 2396 be given first reading.
can I have a mover, please? Councillor Strang, Councillor Sutherland seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried. Okay, I think maybe we'll take 5 minutes if anybody wants to grab a coffee before.
Did you want to go through communications or information first, Madam Mayor, then we can get those out of the way?
There's quite a bit there, so I'm not sure that, how many items there are that somebody wants to speak on, but we
Sure,
can do
we can
that.
talk about those after.
Yeah,
Certainly.
okay, perfect, thank you. We're just gonna take a 5-minute break.